Hello friends, welcome to the next session on neural network. It's a very small lecture video where we'll talk only about gradient descent. We already spoke about gradient descent when we were talking about feed-forward neural networks, where we saw how the learning takes place. So let us go a little bit in depth of gradient descent. So it is the most popular optimization strategy used in machine learning and deep learning nowadays. It plays an important role in training neural network model. Remember, why we are learning this right now is because of neural network training. It is simple to implement and can be combined with any algorithm for optimization. It measures how much the output of a function changes if we change the inputs a little bit. Now here whatever we are talking is all related to neural network. So now when we talk about it measures how much output of function changes if we change the inputs a little bit. Here when we are talking about the change in the inputs, it is not the actual input, it is the weight and the bias. It can also be thought of as a slope of a function where higher gradient means the steeper slope, which ultimately makes the model learn faster. Now this is a formula for gradient descent, right? You can see where b is a new value, what we are going to what we are calculated, right? A is a current value. Fine. This is your gradient function or the descent gradient descent, right? Now gamma is your learning rate. Nabla f of a is your gradient term, which is nothing but the direction of the steepest descent. In fact, here we are not gone in depth of the mathematics. We have just taken it an abstract level because you don't need to go into that depth. But at least only one thing what you should know is mathematically, the technique of the derivative is used to minimize the cost function. The derivative of a function on each parameter tells us how changing the variable impacts the function value. So here our parameters are nothing but weight and the bias. The concept will be clear only if you have gone through my previous video lecture on neural networks. Okay, the main objective here is minimization, right? So gradient descent can be thought of as climbing down to the bottom of the valley, right? You're going down the hill instead of climbing up the hill. This is because it is a minimization algorithm that minimizes a given function. Here we need to find the values of W, that is weight, and B, that is bias, that corresponds to the minimum cost function. Now what do you mean by minimum cost function? Sometimes we also call it as loss function. It is nothing but the difference between the expected output and the actual output. So actual output, what is generated by the neural network during the training and what it should have been actually, right? So difference between actual and expected. So what we are doing is we are going to trying to reduce that gap between actual and expected. So to reduce that gap, we need to adjust the parameters weight and bias. So gradient descent helps us in deciding how much we need to reduce the weight and how much we need to reduce the or how much we need to change the weight and the bias so that we get less error, right? To start with, we initialize the values of weight and bias with some random numbers and then the gradient descent starts at this point. So when it starts with the random number, we calculate the cost function and we keep on changing these parameters and again the cost function is calculated. So it then takes one step after the other in the steepest downside direction, example from top to bottom, till it reaches the point where the cost function is as small as possible. That means the difference between actual and expected is negligible or it is zero. Fine. Now, what are the types of gradient descent? There are three types. You have batch gradient descent. So what it does, as the name indicates, it calculates the error for each sample in the training data set, but only updates the model after all training samples have been evaluated. So what it does, it takes the whole data set as an input. It will calculate the error for the whole data set, then it will update and again the same iteration is carried out on the whole data set. So each iteration will be going through the whole data set. So this process is quite slow as compared to the other gradient descents. The next one, what you have is a stochastic gradient descent. So what it does here, it is quite fast. Why? Because it calculates the error and updates the model for each sample in the training data set. It doesn't go through the whole data set. As soon as it reads one sample, it will find the error and it will update it. Then go to the next sample, find the error and update it. So as it is going through the data set, it keeps on updating the parameters. The last what you have is a mini batch gradient descent. So what they do here, they split the training data set into smaller batches. And these batches are used to calculate the error, model error, and update the model parameters accordingly, right? So most popular one is the stochastic gradient descent. I hope this small lecture was clear about gradient descent. Thank you. These are some references what I've used. You all can go through these for more details.